It is April the 20th, 420, and you know what that means. It's time for Jake's Bounty and What the Fuck Wednesdays. I'm in the garage. Let's do it. Alright, thank you very much for tuning in to Jake's Bounty. I am your host, Jake Hernandez, once again. That's right, today is Wednesday. It's April 20th, 2022. For you potheads, you know what today is and what it represents. And for you other people, you probably know what it represents and what it means and whatever else. Alright, but I want to go ahead and say thank you to the music today I was provided. Once again, that was myself from the album Occasional Hell. Alright, and let's see if I have it in front of me. I thought I did, but I guess it's not. Alright. Oh, here it is, right here. Occasional Hell, right there. Released back in 2011. Pick it up at Spotify. We'll see it YouTube, Pandora, record stores. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the news. We had some news over the yesterday. Let's say over the weekend, but that's not correct. Two shot multiple times in Tulare County. A man and woman were found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in Strathmore. That's near Avenue 188 and Road 240 at about 12:30 a.m. Conditions have not been released as of yet, and no motive has been given. Anyone with any information, please contact the Tulare Police Department, all right? Or Sheriff's Department, rather. Police are looking for a shooting suspect in Tulare, 8th Street and Kern Street. A shooting happened before 10:30 p.m. A victim was found with a gunshot wound in his upper body. His condition has not been released as of yet, and no motive has been given. Like I said, with info, please contact the Tulare Police Department. Advanced Peace employee among dozens of defendants arrested in Operation No Fly Zone. This is a gang bust that just happened a couple of weeks ago. Now a lot of these defendants have gone into court and been arraigned like yesterday. And this is an ongoing case. So when we have more, we will give it to you. All right. ASAP Rocky, I know I'm saying this wrong, but he was arrested at the airport LAX yesterday in connection with a Hollywood shooting back in 2021 in November. This happened with assault with a deadly weapon. All right. His real name, Rakeem Mayers. He had just landed in LA from Barbados and has been accused of firing a gun at an acquaintance. No comment has been given, says his lawyers, and of course he is with Rihanna and she's having his baby. All right. 10-year-old Fresno girl was shot on playground, has been released from the hospital. Kylie Martin, this happened at a Park West Apartments on April 6th, moving around with wheelchair. So she's getting some help around the house. Anyone with information about the case, please contact the Fresno PD, all right? Well, I want to go ahead and tell you about the Italian Job. That's right, get in, get out, get even right here. Good little movie. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's actually a redo of a movie from back in, I guess, like the 60s with Michael Caine and a few other actors. Anyway, let me give you the synopsis. The plan was flawless. The execution was perfect. Charlie Croker pulled off the crime of a lifetime. The only thing that he didn't plan on was being double-crossed. Now he wants more than the job's payoff. He wants payback. Mark Wahlberg is electrifying as Croker in this fast and furious action adventure, along with the drop-dead gorgeous safecracker Charlize Theron. Whoa, she is drop-dead gorgeous. All right, Croker and his team take off to re-steal the loot and end up in a pulse-pounding pedal-to-the-metal chase that careens up and down, above and below the streets of Los Angeles. An ensemble all-star cast that also includes Edward Norton, Seth Green, Jason Statham, Mos Def, Frankie G, Donald Sutherland. This Italian Job is hot. All right. Italian Job right here, $1 to 7-day rental over here, Ray's Video. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into dog training for dummies over here at Jake's Bounty. Let's see if we can find out any more things that'll help you with your dog. Whether it be a puppy or an older dog, it doesn't really matter. Okay, increasing the time spent on bed. Now that your dog is getting really good at getting on his bed, you want to instill that in him. He must remain there until you release him. You've already been consistent with this point, but only for short amounts of time, less than a minute. In these steps, you boost the amount of time your dog stays on the bed before you release him. All right, so send him to his bed, reward him with a treat, and then body blocking him from getting off the bed. All right. So you're going to do this for about a minute. Keep him on his bed, praise him, and then while he's on his bed, you can repeat the treat during this minute. But he lies down, definitely reward the behavior. Choosing to lie down his own with his treat. After a minute, say okay. Release and step aside and allow Buddy to get off, but make sure the release word is prompt and he gets off the bed. Not knowing your language or body language, move to the side. Praise the pet for getting off, and then don't give him food. Just praise him. So see how that goes. All right, increase the amount of the dog is spending on the time on the bed. Okay, sounds like some good helpful hints. Hopefully they can help you too. They've been helping me a lot. Get dog training for dummies over here at Jig's Bounty, just $5.99 when you type in the word dummy. All right. Well, let's go ahead right now and tell you about the what the fuck story. I just saw it the other day on this internet site. Then it's an internet site called Dreading, and it's on YouTube. And they were talking about Roman Polanski in the sexual abuse case. All right, on March 10th, 1977, the then 43-year-old film director Roman Polanski was arrested and charged in Los Angeles 6 offenses against Samantha Geimer, a 13-year-old girl. Unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor, rape by use of drugs, perversion, sodomy, lewd, and lascivious act upon a child under 14, and furnishing a controlled substance to a minor. As Roman Polanski pleaded not guilty to all charges, but later accepted a plea bargain whose terms included dismissal of the 5 more serious charges in exchange for a guilty plea to the lesser charge of engaging in lawful sexual intercourse with a minor. Polanski underwent a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation and was placed on probation. However, upon learning that he was likely to face imprisonment and subsequent deportation, Polanski became a fugitive from justice, fleeing to London and then France in February 1978. Hours before he was due to be formally sentenced, he did this hours before he was formally sentenced. Since then, Polanski has lived mostly in France, has been avoiding visiting any countries likely to extradite him to the United States. So it goes back into 1977, March 10th, when this happened. He raped a 13-year-old Samantha Jane Gailey, and it goes into that of how she was basically at a home, and she was having pictures being taken of her, and then he, advanced to say like, hey, take off more clothes, and she did, and then he also gave her a Quaalude at one point, and then she didn't feel as comfortable with that, and then at one point Angelica Houston comes in, and that is when she actually has time to get dressed again, the Sam person, and at that time, the rape stops happening, and then I think it just goes from there. It just kind of, blows up in his face. I don't know why I said face. There's conviction and flight. More on this story. And then original reactions to this were people were like, oh, it's her fault and shit. She probably was a seductive one. It's like, well, she was 13, and he's 43, and he's this big-time Hollywood director, and he was like, oh, I'm taking these pictures for you, and she was well into it because she was wrapped up in it because she thought, oh, I'm gonna be famous. I know this famous guy, he's into me, and this is really cool. But it doesn't mean that she, consentently said, hey, give me the Quaalude and have sex with me. No. So he ended up fleeing to France, and there's much more you can read up on that. And I guess he was arrested in Zurich and while trying to enter Switzerland, and Then I guess he had another arrest that was stemming from 2010, and you can go into that. There was a lot more about Roman Polanski. Even though he was only caught one time, he was known to do this many times over, to have many girls that he slept with be minors. And I'm talking about 49ers either. I'm talking about women who are under the age of 18, okay? So yeah, you can look up more of him on the Dreading YouTube site, or you can look up on Google, any kind of internet site. He's pretty well known about. There's some graphic stuff there. Also, his wife, his second wife, Sharon Tate, was involved with the Charles Manson murder. So that's a little interesting fact right there. Roman Polanski, though, very interesting case, to say the least. Like I said, very graphic, if you can take it. It's probably very interesting to you to go and read it. And like I said, it's on Dreading on YouTube, alright? Well, that'll be the what the fuck story for today. And I want to go ahead and show you my cans. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright. Well, I got a full bag today, and I emptied most of them out, but here's some of the ones I still got in the bag. Red Bull, Rockstar Fruit Punch, then we got Mike's Harder Lemonade, Cranberry, I believe, Pepsi, and Diet, nope, just Dr. Pepper, regular Dr. Pepper, good stuff right there. Carbonated prune juice, as I call it, huh? Well, that's going to do it for us today. I want to go ahead and say thank you for tuning in. Also want to say thank you to my sponsors. We've got The Italian Job, a full throttle entertainment movie. $1 7-day round Ray's video. Go ahead and get it right now. Also, Dog Training for Dummies at Jake's Bounty. When you type in the word dummy, get it for $5.99. And I want to go ahead and promote my album, Jake Hernandez, Occasional Hell, back from 2011. And this song is entitled Perfect World. Alright, we heard some from yesterday, and I hear it from again. And hey, thank you for tuning in. And be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2022. You can follow his Facebook, his channel's website. Leave a like, leave a comment. As always, please subscribe.